Hello and welcome to the Larry Gomes Stadium for day one action in this Caribbean Football Union Under 14 Challenge Series. Here at the Larry Gomes Stadium, we are about to witness Game 2 of Group A in Tier 2 of this competition. It will see the boys from St. Vincent and the Grenadines taking on Barbados. Once more, these teams represent the best and brightest under 14 talent in the region. 21 nations out of the Caribbean Football Union's 31. 23 nations rather out of 31 are here for this year's competition, split into two tiers. Tier 1, groups A to C, 5 teams each, and in Tier 2, 4 teams each in 2 groups. That will be played in Tobago, featuring the host nation, Trinidad and Tobago, in Group A alongside Jamaica, St. Kitts and Nevis, and Aruba. And of course, Group B in Tier 1, also to be played in Tobago, features Puerto Rico, St. Martin, Curacao, and French Guiana. In the meantime, we are here in Tier 2 at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima. Group A action about to kick off between St. Vincent and the Grenadines and Barbados. Earlier, we would have witnessed 2 of the other 3 teams in this group, the likes of Antigua and Barbuda coming away with a 2-1 win over Guyana. Antigua and Barbuda, they got their goals from their captain, Shamal Walters, who opened scoring in the 2nd minute, before Guyana pulled a goal back through Mark Glasgow in the 15th minute. And then Antigua, once and for all, retaking the lead with a goal from the right boot of their young number 10, Luke Hanvey Rogerson. The 2 teams here observing a moment's silence. Just about to have kickoff in this Game 2 of Group A action in Tier 2 of the CFU Under 14 Boys Under 14 Challenge Series. Attacking from left to right of your screen, Barbados in their all-blue strip. Correction, St. Vincent and the Grenadines in the all-yellow strip, from attacking from right to left. In the all-blue strip, that is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Barbados in yellow, attacking from left to right. Starting lineup for Barbados. In goal, number 1, Shaquan King. Number 10, and their captain, Jamarco Johnson. Number 2, Xavier Thorne. Number 3, Ty Waterman. Number 4, Adam King. Number 5, Tariq Collymore. Number 6, Rosario Roach. Number 7, Amari Small. Number 8, Trey Barker. Number 9, Malik Peters. And number 11, Sacha Pounder. Your starting 11 for Barbados. Starters for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Number 1 in goal, Kevon Phillips. Number 17, Alexander Cummings, their captain. Number 2, Gerard Stapleton. Number 3, Ethan Gums. Number 4, Karen Durant. Number 6, Malachi Pear. Number 9, Bo Hoyt. Number 10, Kafane Clasp. Number 11, Reggie Barber. Number 14, Jael Forbes. And number 15, Jermaine Oliveri. Your starters for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. An early injury to a player from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. He will be ushered off the pitch for further treatment on the sidelines before play resumes with a throw-in for Barbados on the far side. It's going to be a long throw. Flicked on before eventually being collected by the Antigua and Barbuda goalkeeper, Kevon Phillips. But this is a giveaway. Barbados quickly onto it. It's going to be a left-footed strike. Last-ditch defending that time to ensure that the man there, Amari Small, didn't get a clear sight at goal. Instead, it's going to be a corner kick, the first of the match for Barbados. Corner coming in low, flashes across the top of the 6-yard, but it's eventually cleared away. Trying to keep it alive. The boys in yellow, but the player returning from an offside position that time, and well spotted by the far side official. Your match officials for this match: referee Julmis Everest. Meantime, this is a shot. Good shot and a good save, but the rebound is eventually put away. Barbados with the early goal scored in the 4th minute. Alert to the opportunity and snatching his moment. That time, number 9, Malik Peters. So just 4 minutes played, and already the game's first goal, that time scored by Barbados, Malik Peters, to put St. Vincent and the Grenadines under early pressure. It must be said, the initial save from the attack made by Kevon Phillips, very sharp and low to his left, but he could only put it right onto the boot of Peters, and the young striker did the rest. Comes the Bajans once more. This is a good ball played forward. Peters gets inside of his man. He's into the penalty area. Out comes Phillip with a good save. And a goal line clearance to deny Barbados goal number 2. The man with the final attempt at goal, Trey Barker. But it was all Peters that time. A lovely through ball fed through by his captain, Jamarco Johnson. He got inside of his defender, but just overran it a bit, allowing Phillips to make the save. And then with the low goal line clearance for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Ethan Gums sparing his team from going further behind. Barbados really looking full of intent in their attack. And here they are having to do some defending, however. Play onto the ball in a hurry for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Bo Hoyt, but he was tripped up. Well spotted by referee Evans. Pulled back for a free kick to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Floated in onto the head of Hoyt. Couldn't get the necessary power to beat the man in goal for Barbados, Shaquan King. And here now comes St. Vincent and the Grenadines once again. This is good constructive stuff. But just hounded out of possession for a moment by the Bajans. Barbados pick it up again. And here comes St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This ball is played for the man down the right-hand side to pick up. Oliveri can't quite beat his man and is now with Johnson for Barbados. He twists and turns, finds a inkling of space, but then running into trouble, Ty Waterman. And now back in possession, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But here they come again, Barbados. They might be favored in numbers, but again, just a heavy touch that time, allowing Phillip to rush off his line and collect. Small, Amari Small along the right-hand side for Barbados just couldn't keep the ball close to his feet. And now just another giveaway. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's Small again. This is a good ball, asking Jamarco Johnson to chase. He wasn't too interested. He wanted it played to feet. Sacha Pounder also thought about giving chase before aborting that mission. Goal kick to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and it's just floated out of play. Throw into Barbados along that far side. This is Small. 3 to aim at, including the cut back toward the goal scorer Peters, but he just can't find a deft enough touch to keep it under possession. And this is good play again by St. Vincent and the Grenadines before they are run off of it. The cross comes in. Pounder is at the door to answer the call with a tap-in. The cross came in from that man, Trey Barker, and Pounder was on his tippy toes, moving alertly to it. And right on spot, there you see one more time, losing his man. Goalkeeper Phillips stranded, and Pounder perhaps suggesting in the celebration that this game might have been put to bed already. Is it? Still a lot of time to be played. Just about 10 minutes gone so far. And it's Barbados 2, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 0. St. Vincent and the Grenadines with their backs against the wall quite early on, just 10 minutes played. And already they trail 2-0, and Barbados looking for more. This is the skipper, Johnson. Gets this one through to Peters. Peters has the overlap of Johnson. Johnson now to play it across goal. He does so. And Small arrived, but just couldn't get the decisive touch. It's picked up now by Barker from a similar position from where he provided the cross for Pounder's goal. And it's Small again with the acrobatics. Barbados in the mood this afternoon here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Small just unable that time to direct his overhead kick, as we saw Barker with the nifty footwork getting the cross in. Phillips was in no man's land again, and Small just unable to get it goalward. So an exciting start to this one. Barbados quite prepared to take on whenever they get the opportunity, but here come now the St. Vincent Chans, and running out of room that time. Along the right-hand side of play was Barber. Free kick to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Free kick just overhit that time by their front man, Bo Hoyt, harmlessly out of play for a goal kick to Barbados. Here they come again now, Barbados, through Pounder. This is a good through ball. Peters just can't get onto the end of it. Collision, and Barbados back in possession. This is Johnson. He's fouled. And it's going to be a free kick. Barbados unrelenting in these early parts of the first half of this encounter, and they already have 2 goals to show for it. Goal scored in the 4th minute. By Malik Peters. Followed up in the 10th minute by Sasha Pounder to give Barbados the 2-0 advantage. This is going to be Johnson from quite a distance out. Not too bad a strike, quite ambitious. Had the power, but just lacked the accuracy to trouble Phillips in goal. Trying that knuckleball technique, but it just didn't come down. It sailed over the bar by quite some distance in the end. This Barbados team comes into this competition, as we see they asked to defend here. This ball played across goal and just mishit at the far post by Reggie Barber, but he keeps it alive. It gets it to his skipper, Alexander Cummins. He does some good work before it's eventually cleared away by Barbados goalkeeper Shaquan King. Johnson tries to run it out of danger for the boys in yellow, but it's turned over possession, and now here comes St. Vincent and the Grenadines once more before some good defensive work by Barker, asking for a free kick. No, says the referee. St. Vincent and the Grenadines trying to just build through some nice passing moves. In the end, though, giving away possession, and Trey Barker just tried to clip that one over the top for the run of Small. Only succeeds in playing it out of play for a throw-in to St. Vincent. But Barker quickly onto the ball here now. Again, an opportunity to play the ball across. He does so. Peter skips past the goalkeeper and just eased off of it by the retreating St. Vincent defender that time, Ethan Gums, to prevent Barbados from taking a 3-goal lead in this one. Good dedicated defending after his goalkeeper, you see there, committed to making the challenge. Peters saw him coming and was able to avoid and evade, but it's just the movement away from goal allowed Gums to retreat with the clearance. Good corner kick coming in, a bit of a mix-up there between the intended targets. 2 of them wanted it. In the end, though, it's headed over bar by Adam King. Here's Barbados again. Johnson, this is a good cross in, looking at Small. Just can't keep the header down. But the chances keep on coming for this Barbados team. Here they go again, this time winning the free kick, their captain, Johnson. So, a little bit over 17 minutes played. Barbados holding a 2-0 advantage. And quite frankly, they look good to add to that. But in the meantime, it's going to be an attack here launched by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The long legs of the front man gets him into a good shooting position. Cuts inside his man. He has the deficit. What a goal there, using his stride to good effect. The man, Jermaine Oliveri, pulling a goal back for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The through ball was delicious. He had to stretch for it. As we see one more time, that ball played through there by Hoyt. And Oliveri quite intent on getting on the end of it. He does so, cuts inside of his man, the defender there, Tariq Collymore, and then just places his shot low and into the far corner to give St. Vincent and the Grenadines something to cheer for just at the brink of the cooling break, the first one in this first period. Barbados, they have done all of the running in this game so far. Not to say, though, that St. Vincent and the Grenadines have exactly been kept quiet. They've shown some flashes. A couple good opportunities presented themselves. And eventually, although they dropped 2-0 behind, they are able to cut that deficit in half just in the nick of time, one would say, and give themselves something to play for in the remaining period in this first half. Current score stands Barbados 2, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 1. Exciting stuff so far here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. In this second game of an opening day doubleheader in the 2024 CFU Under-14 Boys Challenge Series. Barbados to resume. Shouldn't be too discouraged by giving up that goal just a couple moments ago. They've played really aggressive, really attack-minded football so far. And here they go again, this time. That one too straight for the run of Small. And allows Kevin Phillip to recover for the Vincentians. And they now have a throw-in on the far side. Foul throw, says the referee. You don't see those being called too often as the demonstration comes from St. Vincent's Kefane clasp. But the foul throw isn't too much of a commonplace in the modern game. At the higher levels, of course, one is expected to be mindful of the proper technique. At these levels, however, under 14 age group football in general, and I think rightly so, it should be emphasized that only the correct technique will be accepted. And this is some quite aggressive, even dangerous play, one would say, from Hoyt, challenging from behind and showing a yellow card as we look at it one more time. And again, should know better, the player, that any attempt at a tackle from behind the opposing player will warrant the attention of the official. And in this instance, match official Ulmis Everett sure to issue the warning. Here comes Barbados again now. Rosario Roach to Johnson. He has one on the outside of him. It's Pounder. Pounder will size his man up. Takes him on inside out. Whips this one across. Where was goalkeeper Phillip going? The layoff, and again another acrobatic attempt. This time Peters perhaps may have done too much when less would have given him sufficient reward. And just allowing St. Vincent and the Grenadines to get off the hook. Meantime, though, this is another one of their very leggy players. Their captain, Cummings, robbed of possession, but it's still back with Barbados now. They play really nicely through the middle, that core of players, Jamarco and Roach. This is, again, Peters. Very nippy he seems to be. Just seems to have a heavy touch when more delicacy is needed. Here they come again, Barbados, trying again with an exchange of passes. Barker will size one up. A flying save by Phillip. Pounder trying to squeeze it in at the near post. And he's offside. So again, Barbados just showing their ability both to get into the opposition territory, but also their willingness to shoot from distance. Barker with the initial attempt. And a fine save by Phillip. Pounder had straight offside. Had he not been, however, only able to smack the upright as the scores remain unaffected. And again, a giveaway by Cummins. This is Small, he cuts inside, he's going to have it on the left foot, and again, Phillip with a flying save. He's having a lot to do to keep St. Vincent and the Grenadines honest. And this time, as you saw, the giveaway by Cummins, trying to play it first time, picked up by Small, he cuts inside of his man onto his left foot, and has the shot. Phillip just pushes it away before making the second recovery, and this is Barbados again. Johnson from distance. Small plays it in now to Peters. He should score. He doesn't. It gets the rebound is back to him. He lays it off back to Johnson. Good feet in and around the area. And boy, oh boy, it's all happening here. Barbados, though, unable to get themselves further up front. And one more time, the replay. This is Peters. He did everything right. A good first touch. Hard and low. Aiming at the back stick. But only able to hit the upright. And this is Barbados again before the whistle goes. Offside again. Pounder needs to check his run. 2 or 3 times now he's straight offside when he should be seeing the entirety of the line from where he's positioned. Meantime, though, Barbados, they'll come again. This is Johnson. And already it seems to be happy hour. Very skillful player is Johnson. Perhaps a bit overdid. This is Barker. He had a good shot earlier. Will he shoot again? No, he opts to get this one through to Small, who again is standing offside. And again, having the full sight across the full length of the Barbados back line, should be able to keep himself onside. Wasn't able to do so that time, and rightfully called by the far side assistant referee. So quite an eventful first 26 minutes of this match here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Barbados, in all honesty, could have had an even larger lead than they currently hold, but St. Vincent and the Grenadines have really fought to keep themselves in this match, largely through that man giving chase that time, Bo Hoyt. Of course, their goal scorer, Jomaine Oliveri, has been quite active for them as well. So too their captain, Cummins, and even their goalkeeper, Kevon Phillip, has kept them in the hunt. And here they go again. This is Hoyt. Flashes his cross low across the back line. Barbados only just able to get it clear. So again, after having really generated the more telling chances and opportunities in this match, and even in spite of having a 2-1 lead, Barbados still not quite safe. St. Vincent and the Grenadines able to also put some passes together and enter enemy territory, so to speak. And here they are this time now, back all the way to Phillips. His distribution is good. But then robbed of it again is Barker on the charge now for Barbados. He's tripped up. It's going to be another free kick along this far side. And referee Yulmis Evans goes across to dish out another warning, yellow shown to the St. Vincent and the Grenadines player out on that far side. Child Forbes for the infringement on Trey Barker. So it's going to be a free kick. Pounder has made his way over from the left side. It's going to be a left-footed attempt. He's going for goal. What an audacious attempt. Smacks the crossbar. Phillip didn't judge it too well. Phillips in goal for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As we see, he took a couple steps off of his line and then realized that it was floating over him. Couldn't make the adjustment, but thankfully the crossbar was there to come to his rescue and keep St. Vincent and the Grenadines still very much in this match, trailing only 2-1. But here comes Barbados again, and another blind pass by the St. Vincent midfield. That time, Johnson able to intercept, but not able to quite turn it into an attack. So, just approaching half an hour's play in this one. St. Vincent and the Grenadines still with 5.5 minutes or so in this first half to address the scorers. And they might do so this time, but Barbados are able to get it clear. And the man in the hunt is the opening goal scorer, Peters. Just tried to be cheeky to get around the defender. But eventually St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they get it forward. This is the captain, Cummings. He's asking of Bo Hoyt a little bit much. Eventually, though, still troublesome enough to warrant the old, when in doubt, kick it out approach by the Barbados defense. It's going to be a throw-in now for St. Vincent and the Grenadines along this near side. Kept in by Hoyt. Cummings wants it to be pointed in his direction, but it's not. It's going to be a throw-in to Barbados. Ty Waterman gets it up to Pounder. Pounder lays it all the way back. It's back with Waterman now. Inward to Roach. Almost loses out. It's still alive here for St. Vincent and the Grenadines before it gets away. And this is Johnson. This is a good-looking ball. Barker is motoring through. Can't quite get to it before Phillips. Phillips has really been the saving grace so far for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. On a number of occasions, he's come forward off of his line to make the save. And, of course, he's also made quite a few eye-catching saves the more conventional way as well. And now it's Barker for Barbados. Gets it back to Roach. Roach is aiming this one out towards Small. Doesn't quite get there. Gets there now via the failed intervention of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines defense. And here they are now trying to turn this into attack. But Cummings is just unable to get that one from beneath him. And Barbados come forward through Small. He pushes Barker a bit wider, but Barker now has three across, including Johnson, who gets there and squeezes it in. Peters, or is that Small, had inclinations to try to get a touch on it before it crept over the line, unable to do so. Unfortunately, even he may have been in an offside position, but the goal there scored by the Barbados captain, Jamarco Johnson, making his run late, and then this just squeezing it through the legs of Kevon Phillips in goal for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As you saw there, Small just tried to steal it on the line. Unfortunately for him, couldn't get a toe onto it. Makes no difference as the scoreline now reads Barbados 3-1 over St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and approaching halftime, just about 2 minutes and a bit left until the interval. They would feel as though they can finally breathe a little bit easier. They've done a lot of the running. They've created the better chances in this first half, and really and truly, by now they should have had more to show for their effort, but thankfully for them, they've finally been able to get that third goal and a 2-goal cushion once again that should take them into the interval, if it remains this way, with a bit of comfort and ease of mind. However, it's going to be a substitution made by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A forced substitution at that. The player out is Ethan Gums. And the man entering is Jediah Derrick. So Ethan Gums is out, and Jediah Derrick makes his way onto the field early on in this first half, well, rather late towards the end of the first half, early in the match for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And again, just wayward in their defensive duties, the boys in blue. Eventually, they get it half cleared, but it's coming right back at them. This is Small. Gets past one, gets past two. He lines up the shot, instead sees the reverse pass and the run of Barker, who puts his man on his pants seat. But he was in an offside position. Barbados still searching, even though they hold a fairly comfortable lead, as we saw Barker there receiving the ball way offside. And so St. Vincent and the Grenadines let off the hook. Again, here they come. The man who's just come on, Derrick, has been under scrutiny so far. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 159 160 Barbados again trying to get Barker going. So we're just at the end of regulation time in this first half. Pounder now trying to go to work one-on-one. This is Cummings, shuffles it across to Clasp. But again, that intended attack is broken up. This is Peters now for Barbados. And again, just a little bit errant in their passing towards the end of the first half, which is at its conclusion now with the whistle from referee Evans. And at halftime, Barbados will feel as though they are well and truly in control of this match. But credit to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They do have some fight in them and all to play for in the second period. Halftime score from the Larry Gomes Stadium, Barbados 3, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 1. As we get a look at the first half highlights, Barbados into the lead quite early on. 4 minutes played. Kevon Phillips making the initial save from Jamarco Johnson, but right on spot, Johnny on the spot, was Malik Peters in the 4th minute for Barbados. And they were on their way with a very enterprising approach to this match. Their front three very much in the thick of it, supported quite nicely indeed by Jamarco Johnson in the number 10 role and Trey Barker. Their second came, or they thought so, that is, when Malik Peters was thwarted. Eventually, Trey Barker's shot was cleared off the line by Gums for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, but they weren't to be denied a second time. Barker's cross to Pounder, and right there he was to tap it in. Then Pounder setting Peters through, and out came the goalkeeper for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Kevon Phillips, as he had done quite a number of times in that first half. They had their chances, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that time unable to really trouble Then came Barbados again looking for more. Barker just slipping this one around the corner for Peters. He did the needful in skipping around Phillips, but there was Gums with a last-ditch tackle to concede the corner kick. Then Jamarco Johnson with the cross onto the head of Amari Small, unable to direct it goalward. Then here came St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Hoyt turning his man nicely, and he grew into the game. More from him to come a little bit later. Then this was Pounder twisting his man inside out. The cross over to Small, and he just cushioned it for Peters on the attempted acrobatics, unable to really get enough purchase on it. And then Peters again just seemed to be a little bit too anxious in the final moments of the build-up. He should have had at least another goal to count for his efforts. In the end, though, he just has one. So too does Sasha Pounder, and also another goal counting toward the skipper, Jamarco Johnson, that has Barbados in a 3-1 lead at halftime here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Play has resumed here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Second half action from Group A, Tier 2 in this CFU Under 14 Boys Challenge Series. And what a first half we witnessed with Barbados going 3-1 up on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and already showing great intent to continue that trend here in the second half. So it's going to be a corner kick on the far side for Barbados. Amari Small takes charge. It's headed all the way back out to him. And he whips this one in with some interest at the far stick. In the offering, Adam King unable to keep it in, however. Here now, free kick to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The captain, Cummings. Good skill. Trying to build something here by the St. Vincent team. Instead, though, they'll have to go the other way in a defensive effort, but the offside flag goes up against Peters. He already has one, looking for a second in the match for Barbados. Barbados charging forward now. Handball spotted by the referee as Roach was aiming for the run of Pounder. Pounder is the man that will oversee the latest set piece opportunity for Barbados on his left foot. Looks curiously as though he's going to go directly at goal. He does so indeed. And this one is harmlessly wide of the mark. He receives the applause of his skipper nevertheless. Just encouragement to continue. Barbados continues to find themselves in offside troubles, and that man Pounder again is the guilty party. Once again, offside for yet another round of play is Peters this time. And perhaps a bit more patience in making the run would suffice for Barbados here. They already seem to have the beating of this St. Vincent and the Grenadines team by way of speed and power. And perhaps just a bit more patience in their build-up play is what is necessary. Here we see Amari Small does time his run nicely, but again, just the extra touch allows Oliveri to lean on him and give Phillips enough time to come forward and take control of the situation. So it's 6 minutes played in the second half so far. Barbados still with a 3-1 advantage. Here they come again through their captain, who's driven them forward on a number of occasions. That time the man trying to come forward was Gerard Stapleton before he was fouled. Good free kick, and the header by the captain Cummings is tipped onto the crossbar by the Barbados custodian. Seemed to misjudge it ever so slightly, but was able to make the correction enough to get a fingertip onto it, to tip it onto a bar. It's going to onto the bar. It's going to be a corner kick. That looks suspiciously like handball. Whatever it was, it took the Barbados defense by surprise as it's redirected onto goal. Shaquan King, the goalkeeper, although he made that fantastic save moments earlier, was unable to react fast enough this time, and it snuck into the far corner for the second goal this afternoon for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. As we look at it one more time, it seemed to come off just about the waist there of the Barbados defender Xavier Thorne. Just creeps in for the goal. So it's 3-2 now. Barbados, although they would have thought they had some level of comfort, must find a way to either restore that 2-goal advantage or hold on if they so desire. But I suspect they'll go for a goal or two more in this encounter. They've really been the aggressor so far, and this could be it. A giveaway to Small, a gift so much so he perhaps wasn't even expecting it, and eventually he gets the last touch, but it's wide of the mark. Chaos in that St. Vincent and the Grenadines backline. Again, just Barbados unable to get that decisive final pass. And again, just to be patient is what is necessary, because they are continuously gifted possession by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's just up to them to be a little bit more composed, a little bit more patient. And here now is a substitution by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The player leaving the pitch, Malachi Pear. Entering is Jason Samuel. And the second substitution sees Karen Durant off. And on in his place, Jadon Compton. In the meantime, that is the goal that Barbados have been looking for. Malachi Peters, rather Malik Peters as well, gets his second. Runs to the corner flag and salutes his teammates. A fine taken goal indeed. And once again, in a pressure situation, Barbados able to get themselves out of it with a goal scored by Peters in the 46th minute. As we see one more time, a cross coming in, really and truly wafting at it that time was the St. Vincent and the Grenadines goal scorer, Oliveri, and making him pay for that missed clearance. Malik Peters right on spot. Barbados 4, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 2. Here they come again, Barbados, but once more, Pounder is offside. He can't believe it. Neither can we, because again, he has the entire view of that back line. And it comes back to the point being made earlier that patience, awareness, could be of so much more benefit to this Bajan team. They've been the better team by far. They're faster. They seem to be a bit more skilled as well. Just really and truly unable to take stock, check themselves in those all-important areas of the pitch, and make their passes, make their finishing count when it matters most. But here they are again, and again, this could be called for offside. It's not. The assistant referee's flag stays down. Peters squares it to Johnson. Phillips is out, can't get a hold of it. It's still alive. It's all over the place. St. Vincent and the Grenadines eventually do get it clear. Referee Evans waves play on as Johnson is slow to regain his footing. And it's eventually cleared away. As we see one more time, just as he was thinking about taking the shot, it's poked away from him by the SVG defender and out of play. And here now comes St. Vincent and the Grenadines. This is a good ball. Hoyt is after it, but the referee has pulled it back. The players are protesting that he should have let play run. But referee Evans did blow his whistle, pulls it back. It's going to be a free kick instead, though, for St. Vincent. In the meantime, Barbados, they will make a triple substitution. Peters, Small, and Pounder, they are all out. And the players coming in. Rajari Rollins, D'Amico Jordan, and Denari Griffith. Barbados are on the attack again. Barker, 2 across the goal. One of them is the recent substitute. Rollins gets his name onto the score sheet with his first touch. Goal scored in the 51st minute. As we see again, good work along this right-hand side by Barker. And all he had to do was just roll it across, teed it up nicely for Rollins, and he is in on the act. Barbados now 5 goals to the good. St. Vincent and the Grenadines 2. Chance there for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The ball falling to their goal scorer. One of them, Oliveri, just couldn't make the required contact. And now the game just running away from them. Throw in now to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So Barbados are into a lower block now, allowing St. Vincent and the Grenadines to come forward, perhaps thinking about hitting on the counter. And here they go again. It's Johnson with and in miles of space is their most recent goal scorer, Rollins. Cuts inside now, cuts it across, but it's well defended by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The referee pauses action for the cooling break in the second period. And the players will now make their way over to the substitutes bench to get their rehydration. So we've seen 4 goals scored in the first half of action today. And so far, another 3 in the second period. Reflected in the scoreline, Barbados 5, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 2. This is just day 1 of the Caribbean Football Union's Under-14 Boys Challenge Series. Group A of Tier 2 earlier would have seen action between Antigua and Barbuda and Guyana. Antigua and Barbuda coming away with a 2-1 win then to get the ball rolling in this year's competition. And here now in the second match of the day's doubleheader, Barbados comfortably leading St. Vincent and the Grenadines 5 goals to 2. And just before the resumption after the cooling break, 2 substitutions being made by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The players out: Jared Stapleton, number 2, and Reggie Barber, number 11. And the players coming in: Kaif Pear, number 12, and Nashon Fergus, number 13. Free kick in the meantime to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. A real dogfight and a scrap between St. Vincent and the Grenadines forward, Bo Hoyt, and that time Xavier Thorne from Barbados. Much cooler temperatures here at the Larry Gomes Stadium as we make our way into the afternoon period. And it must be said, things have sort of cooled off in this match as well. Barbados did a lot of the early attacking in both the first and second halves, but although they have 5 goals to show for it, very well could have been a greater haul for them. Meanwhile, a caution there given to Hoyt of SVG ahead of this free kick. And Jashan Samuel is standing over it. 4-man wall. And he goes for it from quite some way out. It's over bar. Here come the Bajans once again. Trey Barker, he deserves something for his play. He gets it. My, oh my, what a goal. What a goal by this young player. He's already had a couple assists, and that was what he wanted to polish off this performance. He gets his goal and displays paraphernalia of some sort to mark a really standout performance by him. Trey Barker with the 6th goal for Barbados in the 60th minute, just twisting and turning his way and then tucks it away neatly. A fine goal indeed from a player who really and truly has been standout today for his team, Barbados. And just on the stroke of that goal, he's down. Perhaps might be cramping. Looks to be in quite a lot of pain. Motioning to the side there, the hip area. And he has to be bodily lifted off. So in the meantime, Barbados are prepared to play with one player less. Seems to make no difference to them as they squeeze a corner kick out of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines defense. In no real hurry to designate its taker before Denari Griffith eventually obliges. The corner kick to be taken from that far side. 4 players inside the area, just one on the outside. Just at the top, at the edge of the 18-yard, is the captain, Jamarco Johnson. The header eventually won by Adam King. Can't quite put it beyond Kevon Phillips. And then here we see another clash of players. That time seemed to be Cummings from St. Vincent and the Grenadines and King of Barbados, both writhing in pain. So under 10 minutes left in this second half here at the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima between Barbados and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But one might say that Barbados well and truly in charge, currently holding a 6-2 lead. But they'll make a triple change, another triple substitution, which will see Barker exit. So too does Thorne. And the final change, Waterman exits as well. So once again, the substitutions for Barbados. Trey Barker exit. In his place, Javier Marshall. Xavier Thorne will also end his contribution for today to be replaced by Israel Watson. And the third and final substitution, that time by Barbados, Ty Waterman, number 3, exits, and in is Ty Gittins. Five minutes left on the clock. Of course, that is excluding whatever additional time is given to these players. Foul throw ruled on that far side. St. Vincent and the Grenadines come away. They'll try to make something out of the remaining time. Not if Barbados has anything to say about it. Here comes SVG with another chance Out comes Shaquan King. Bowls this one out to Denari Griffith. He thought he was able to nick a throw in. The referee does rule it a throw in, and in the meantime, Barbados will make another substitution. Out goes their captain, Jamarco Johnson. And in comes Javonte Ward. Only a few minutes left, about 3 remaining in this match here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Barbados will try to get something more. Kevon Phillips has did his utmost in that goal for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The scoreline doesn't do justice to his play between the sticks, but here they come again, Barbados. That time Griffith gets it to Rollins. He loses out. Hunts his man down, however. And it's still Barbados. The shot comes in. And that's perhaps just about the easiest bit of work that Kevon Phillips has had to do all day. Here they come again, though, Barbados. This is with Ty Gittins. Releases Rollins along the far side. He'll stand this one up. Back towards the penalty area. Unable to. And here they come again, Barbados. Still now they've pushed all of their players into the St. Vincent and the Grenadines half of the field. And here they do now to win back possession, but they lose it again. And this is Oliveri. He's asking for the favor of referee Evans. Doesn't get it. This is now Griffith, Denari Griffith. He'll take on one, take on another. One to aim at across the face of goal. Clearance comes right back to him, Griffith. He's still trying to work on his man. Will he hold out for the corner kick? The ball just doesn't seem to want to cross the line. And it's only halfway cleared by St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Here comes King. And it's St. Vincent and the Grenadines again now. Hoyt just barges through his man. And that's going to be a foul, says referee Evans. Barbados take it quickly. This is Rollins. Remember, he already has a goal with his first touch today. He's trying to be unselfish. And dogged defending there by this St. Vincent and the Grenadines team. Here's Griffith. He'll have a battle on his hand with Cummings and eventually fouls his man, and Cummings thinks he's done for the day. He signals for a substitution to be made. We're out of time in terms of regulation, and let's just have a look at what exactly transpired there. As we see, Griffith just tries to go through the back of his man, and it may have been damage to his shoulder, it may seem, as he is escorted off. 3 minutes of additional time is the signal from the fourth official. 3 minutes of additional time for either one of these teams to add to the 8 goals that we've already seen in this affair here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. It's Barbados. They have not let up, to be fair. They've continued to search for goals. And here they come again. Winning possession and driving forward. He'll have a crack from quite some way out. Phillips seemed to be out of position. And had that just dipped a bit more, it may have stunned the audience here at the Larry Gomes Stadium as we look at it one more time. That time, the effort came from Javonte Ward, was able to win possession high up the field for Barbados and transition into an attacking move. He had help, opted for the shot. And here now is a foul in the far corner. Free kick to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Can they find something out of nothing? Just about a minute and a half left in added on time. St. Vincent and the Grenadines. They've brought 6 players forward. It's fallen now to Hoyt. He has a crack, but it's charged down. Still alive. Barbados, they come away with it now. A bit of a mix-up amongst them. But this is Romario Roach. Gets it wide now to Griffith. Griffith has a runner ahead of him. Plays it into him now and just loses his footing at the wrong time. But it's still alive for Barbados. They have quite a few numbers up front. Ward has a crack. Chases it down, wins it back. It's still alive. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they finally get it clear, and it's now with their goal scorer, Oliveri, just when referee Julmis Evans says time has expired to bring this one to a close here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. At the end of it, 6 goals to Barbados, 2 of them to their number 9, Malik Peters, before he was substituted. The other goals came from Sasha Pounder, Jamarco Johnson, Rajari Rollins, and Trey Barker to round things off in the 60th minute. The final score here reads Barbados 6, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 2. Fine encounter indeed. For much of it, I'd say that the scoreline does not tell the entire story of this match. St. Vincent and the Grenadines did in fact pose their threats. Barbados as well, very wasteful throughout the 70 minutes, but in the end able to get it done in fine fashion as well, as they come away with the 6-2 win in Group A of Tier 2 in this, the Caribbean Football Union Boys Under 14 Challenge Series here from the Larry Gomes Stadium. And the presentation for player of the match goes to Barbados' number 9, Malik Peters, with a double today. He opened scoring for them in the 4th minute and returned to double his day's tally in the 45th as Barbados comes away with a 6-2 win here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. Malik Peters, your player of the match. Second half highlights here. Barbados opened proceedings in the second period with a goal by Malik Peters, pouncing on the defensive error to double his tally and make it 4-1 in favor of Barbados. Took off to the corner flag to celebrate with his teammates. They continued to pour forward, Barbados. Barker rolled this one across to substitute Rajari Rawlins to score with his first touch of the match after coming on as a substitute. And then Barker himself, after 3 assists, got his goal for a fine evening's performance here at the Larry Gomes Stadium. And Barbados just seemed to be running away with things at that stage. Try as they did, St. Vincent and the Grenadines just could not put up with the attacking power of this Bajan team, who continued to create chance after chance. In the end, though, a 6-2 margin of victory would be enough for them, despite really and truly having quite a few more opportunities, and quite a few good opportunities at that, to extend that lead. 6-2 would have to suffice, and one would say not a bad way to open proceedings in this 2024 Caribbean Football Union Under-14 Boys Challenge Series here from the Larry Gomes Stadium. Final score, Barbados 6, St. Vincent and the Grenadines 2, to close proceedings off on day 1 in this Tier 2 of the competition. Of course, earlier, Antigua and Barbuda also got off to winning ways with a 2-1 victory over Guyana to temporarily hold leadership in the group. before this resounding result for Barbados. Action continues on Saturday in this competition from 11 a.m. Guyana and Barbados will square off right here at the Larry Gomes Stadium, followed by St. Vincent and the Grenadines against the Cayman Islands, the fifth team in this Group A. And at 6 p.m., you can look out for St. Lucia and Bonnet. Those are two teams competing in Group C, and they will all take to the field here at the Larry Gomes Stadium on Saturday. Of course, the action also continues at the Bolden Stadium from 2 p.m. with St. Martin taking on Puerto Rico. Then at 6 p.m., it's Curacao against French Guyana at the Hazley Crawford Stadium on Saturday morning. The British Virgin Islands will take on Turks and Caicos. And the U.S. Virgin Islands will clash with Dominica. And in the final game from the Hazley Crawford Stadium on Saturday, it's Bermuda taking on Grenada at 6 p.m. Of course, action kicks off in Tobago in Tier 1 on Saturday as well. From 4:30, St. Kitts and Nevis will tackle Jamaica. And from 6:30, it's Trinidad and Tobago taking on Aruba. That's action in Tier 1. Two groups of 4 teams each, all vying for top spot in the sister isle, Tobago. For now, though, from the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima, that's it for day 1 of the Caribbean Football Union Under-14 Boys Challenge Series. Bidding you a wonderful afternoon, I am Jassy Marique.